Well, it's a joy to be here. You know, I've played bluegrass bands and been a part of IBMA for many, many years, but the one thing, the thread that has ran through all of that has been songwriting. I've always been a songwriter, and so I do a lot of this these days, just me and a guitar and sharing some of the songs I've written over the years and the stories behind them, and so that's what I'm going to do today. Some of these you may recognize, some of these you may know the words to. If you want to sing along, that won't bother me. I do have a new song or two. You're not going to know the words to those. Please don't try to sing on those if you don't mind. That's just a joke. You can sing on anything you want to. Daddy was a builder, a carpenter by trade. Our house was filled with furniture and things Daddy made. He hammered out a living, he measured out a life, taking care of his children and his wife. 6 days out of 7, he was up before the dawn, and soon you'd hear him working with his hammer and his saw. He was just a simple countryman, hard-working, kind and good, but he was at his best with his hands in wood. With his hands in wood, he gave it all he had, never turning back when the times got bad. He was a living example, and we understood that he was at his best with his hands in wood. I remember when we got the word a neighbor's house burned down. He didn't hesitate, he loaded up and went to town, and gave them all the furniture that he had built to sell. Then he offered up a prayer and wished them well. Well, I've seen him build a cradle where his grandchild would lay. He built a church and altar and would not accept their pay. And he built a strong foundation where our family has stood, 'cause he was at his best with his hands in wood. With his hands in wood, he gave it all he had, never turning back when the times got bad. He was a living example, and we understood that he was at his best with his hands in wood. And he told me all about the greatest carpenter of all, who laid down his hammer to answer a higher call. But they thought he was a rebel, he was so misunderstood, and they crucified him with his hands in wood. With his hands in wood, he gave it all he had, never turning back when the times got bad. He was the living example, and we understood that he was at his best, never giving any less. He was at his best with his hands